What is up guys, Synq here and we're back on Star Trek Fleet Command. So patch 20 has now been released, so if you haven't updated your game, make sure you do it right now because new content, The Exchange, Outlaws Part 2 is out. Now with this patch it has actually brought in quite a fair bit of new stuff, namely if you go to the research trees, you've got your standard combat station and galaxy all still there, but you've now got a outlaw research tree. And honestly, it's quite an extensive tree. It is quite extensive. There is tons to research in there. Now, obviously, if you are researching the other 3 tabs still, I'd probably suggest hold off on that just for a moment and actually have a look at these. So, Outlaw Mechanics, first of all, quite a very useful one. As you can see here, repair cost reduction for all ships. Now, currently my bonus is 15% because I did a bit of research earlier, but there's also other things such as lightweight engines, so bonus warp speed with empty cargo for all ships. So a nice little speed boost there to get your miners out and about to get mining. Now what they have done in the game, from what we've been able to tell, is when there's mining events on and you come off the node, you got the points and went straight back onto the node. That isn't actually working anymore. So what you need to do to actually get those points is to get your survey ship back to your base to actually claim the points for everything that you've mined. Now, of course, the easiest way of doing that is just getting your ship destroyed by a hostile and then obviously repairing it back at the station for you to have the full points for your cargo. But we'll go into that in a later video. Now, again, there is a lot of research to do here. I'm not even looking at much of it yet, but let's have a quick look at this one. Improves cost efficiency of battleship parts for components. It's definitely a tree that we need to keep an eye out for and make sure that we do start researching that quite heavily. The next new thing added is a new ship. Now this is actually mud ship and it is called Stella. Now I know all of you are going to be saying paywall. Kinda. Basically, you can actually earn the 100 BPs for this ship through the actual battle pass. Now, about this ship, there is a bonus to it, like all other ships. 200% increased loot from Eclipse hostiles. Now, I will be doing a video on the Eclipse hostiles at a later date, but for now, we're going to be concentrating on what's new. Now, I must admit, the Stella is an interesting ship. Let me just read you what it says on the patch notes. Introducing Harry Mudd ship, the Stella. The Stella excels at fighting Eclipse hostiles and the new Outlaw Armadas. It also has a unique new mechanic. Tear up the Stella, fight off the new hostiles, and then, wait for it, scrap and rebuild the Stella to gain rewards. So yes, you're going to have to scrap the Stella just to rebuild it. Now before you go on about, oh wait, so we got to do the battle pass again to get the BPs again? No. So you use the Outlaws research tree to upgrade the Stella's power and capability. Once the Stella has been scrapped, a blueprint token will be provided which will be used in the Rogue Faction store to actually acquire all the necessary blueprints to rebuild the Stella. So when you do scrap it, you will get a token which you can use in the actual new faction store, which I'm going to show you in a moment. Haven't actually unlocked it, but I'm just going to show you. So yeah, that's actually kind of interesting. Now to receive the Stella, you need to traverse through the battle pass and unlock the blueprints. Once you have unlocked this milestone on the battle pass, you'll receive a quest called Practice Makes Perfect, which will provide you with a tutorial on how to use the Stella. Now it is necessary to unlock the Stella research node in the Outlaws research tree in order to build the Stella, which gives 300% damage to Stella when fighting Eclipse targets. Now, just to show you where the Stella research is in the Outlaw research tree, well, let's go along here. Yep, it's right there. Now, it's not exactly very near to the very start. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the 9th research line. Of course, you are going to have to do more than 9 research to get there. But here we go. Unlocks the ability to build the Stella and grants its bonus shots versus all Eclipse enemies. So it's not going to be that easy just to unlock the Stella. to actually get the BPs for the Stella and then just go ahead and build it, you are going to need to do the research like you did with the survey ships at the very beginning for when you got your UCS Fortunate and then had to unlock the rest. You are going to have to do that with the Outlaw tree as well. Now, another interesting thing about the Stella is its actual start-off warp range, which is 33, which, to be honest, is actually quite high. Now, if you have a look at a D3, I think its starting warp is something like 23, so it's actually got quite a high starting warp range. I'm not sure if it's because the Eclipse targets are going to be quite far away or not, but that's something that's kind of interesting, and it's got a very high impulse speed as well. I'm actually quite surprised about this. Cargo capacity is kind of pretty bad, but of course that is all upgradable. Now if we click on this icon here, Stella Weaponry. Now as you can see, 0 out of 15. Bonus damage for the Stella versus Eclipse enemies. So, current 0. Next level, 4,000. Okay, that's 4,000. So you need to actually go into your research and you need to start upgrading. Now, of course, it does require your Astronautics Studio level as well. So as you're upgrading that, you need to make sure you're upgrading Arcanist Weaponry. Let's have a quick look in the tab where that actually is. Oh, actually, you need to research a lot more than just that. So yeah, as I said, you're going to be needing to pay attention to that Outlaw research tree. Next up is the new faction store, which is called Rogue. Now, Scoundrel, Thief, Misfit, Outcast. To many, these would be met as insults. To Harry Mudd, however, they are the greatest compliments one could receive. Harry Mudd and his rogues are a ragtag group of Galaxy's greatest thieves, conmen, hackers, and enforcers. This outfit and miscreants specialize in large-scale heists, and with their unique blend of expertise and unbelievable luck, they have yet to be caught. So basically, to earn rogue points from the missions and events to unlock Rogue Store. So it's not actually open yet. So when I do open that, again, another video we are going to be looking at. So some extra features that have been added in, which I think a lot of players are going to like, is the ships hiding under mission planets and mining nodes are now targetable. So if you remember, some people were taking advantage of putting themselves under a node or under a mission planet, so players could not actually click on the node or the planet to actually proceed through the game, because players were just being yes. But they've actually changed that now. So if a ship is stacked on top of a mission planet or on a mining node, you'll now be able to select any targetable objects in that stack by using the arrow buttons that appear after tapping on that point in space. So people cannot just be camping those nodes, so you cannot use them. You can now go ahead and destroy them, something we are going to be happy about. Now, a massive improvement for people, especially with Mining Monday, is players with a max Devore, they basically could not refine any more parts. So when they used to go into the refinery, when I can find my mouse on screen, when they used to go into the refinery and go over to Latinum, and they literally just couldn't get any parts. All they were doing was getting Latinum. So now what they've done is developer comments. After maxing out a Devore, players could no longer refine Devore parts in a refinery. This change means players with one maxed out Devore now have the ability to refine more parts for additional Devores. So if you've got 2 Devores, one maxed, and you couldn't get any more parts, well, guess what? Developers have finally sorted that out, so you can start getting your parts again. Hip hip hooray! Next up, they've now introduced new Eclipse Armada targets and Eclipse new hostiles. So calling all available commanders to board the Stella, new Outlaw Armada's targets are ready to attack, as Eclipse are scheming behind the scenes, threatening our galaxy. Can't people just leave our galaxy in peace? I don't know. Anyway, so there's now two Outlaw Armada targets, which are going to be uncommon and rare, as well as Eclipse hostiles. Now, what they've done is also an improvement to the Battle Pass milestone points requirements. So what they now are making it so it's visible in the rewards pop-up. So what the developers have said, if I can talk, Developer comments, previously players were unable to see the points required to reach each Battle Pass milestone. This made it difficult to understand the feasibility of earning all the rewards. We've now updated the Battle Pass rewards pop-up to include the missing points required information. Now there have been a lot of bug fixes, but like all patches, there's probably going to be some new ones, but they've basically fixed a lot of the bugs in the game. So if you want to know about those bugs, you can go ahead and go to the stfc Discord, go to the announcements, and actually look at the patch notes and scroll to the bottom. It will show you all the bugs that have been fixed. But yeah, this is some new stuff to the game again. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like. Anything else you want to know, leave it in the comments section. I'll be sure to answer. Otherwise, I'll catch you guys next time. Toodles!